for today, I do want to talk about this Wyatt 6 segment from this past Monday. It was July 1st, 2024, Monday Night Raw. And basically, Gable and Jey Uso were out there talking about their Money in the Bank match and jaw-jacking at each other. And the Wyatt 6 show up and do this dramatic freak everyone out type of thing. They didn't really attack Gable or anything. They just kind of showed themselves. And Gable freaked out and ran away. And then I guess Nikki Cross, we haven't really been revealed that it's Nikki Cross, but everyone in the know thinks it's Nikki Cross. So she walks up and gave another VHS tape to Michael Cole, and they played that later. And it was another therapy session with Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt's brother, and his alter ego, Uncle Howdy. So they did the same thing the previous week. But anyways, I do want to just review this segment for this week, and then I'll get an overall thoughts on the whole gimmick and the whole angle so far for the past 3 weeks. So this past Monday, I'll just go with that one. I don't give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, probably somewhere in the middle, just because I don't think it was as interesting as the week before when Bo Dallas was talking about his brother and how much it fucking affected him that he died. So that was really cool. This week, the major quote he gave was, what did he say? He said, "We are the ones they wanted to forget, and now we made them notice us." And I'm like, okay, so they beat up Chad Gable and a bunch of other guys in the back and left them bloodied and stuff. Did that really make everyone notice them? I don't know. I think.
Well, yes. Everybody was talking about that.
But then they haven't done anything since except kind of scare people or try to scare people. I don't know. For this segment, I'm not giving it a thumbs up. This past Monday, I thought it was a little weak. The ones before it, me and Robert liked it in our reviews on the social media that we gave. We said that we liked the angle start at the beginning. You didn't really like it at all anyways. So anyways, let me get a review from you for this past Monday and then talk about the Wyatt 6 in general, since we haven't gotten any thoughts from you since we've gone on hiatus for the past 2 weeks. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you. I think it's, I would say it's probably a no, what is it?
Indifferent. You're
indifferent. Yeah.
Thumbs to the side.
Yeah, okay. I'm kind of.
But why do you give this one an indifferent when a couple weeks ago in their debut you gave it 2 thumbs down and you hated it?
Because that's just ridiculous, bro. I mean, murdered bodies in the back. It's stupid. It's not real. I mean, you can't even. I mean, if we're doing a horror show, okay. If this is we're watching a horror movie, sure, great. That was great. But not in wrestling. It doesn't work. It's not, the gimmick itself is fine to be spooky. There are plenty of spooky gimmicks in the history of wrestling. But when you lose all realism, when you have murdered bodies laying in the ring or on the outside and all this craziness and smoke machines going off and all this craziness, you can't lose yourself in that because it's just too stupid for you to do that. And that's my thing. And the other problem is, like, where does the gimmick go? Like, where do you go? Like, are they going to win, like, all these matches? Are they going to be able to compete they're like serial killer family. They're a serial killer family of some sort, I guess, is their gimmick. Where do you go with that? Where do you go with that gimmick?
I don't know. So are you saying, like, it's weird that there's a group of guys out there who are really literally murdering people? Like, it's against the law. Like, this is beyond wrestling. It's not realistic because these people would go to jail if this was the case. Like, for real, I guess. Well, but wrestling is always like that. What's the difference between that and someone just doing a backstage attack and just fucking, blindsiding someone?
This attack is different than literally dead bodies laying on the outside.
They're not dead. Nobody died. There was no report that anyone died in that segment. But yes, they were unconscious, dead, bloodied.
All outside of Chad Gable, everybody looked dead. And why do they hate Chad Gable so much? Is it because he has been such a prick to his own group? Is that why they're attacking him? Or?
Yeah, maybe they're like Jigsaw. Like they've been watching you and they want to teach you a lesson or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know why specifically Chad Gable is the brunt of their
You're right, though. You're right. Where does it go? But Bray Wyatt also had this thing where he was like a creepy superpower type of guy, and he would just take clean losses. Like he lost to Goldberg, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where does it go? Are they going to win all the time? I don't think necessarily they have to win all the time. So, like they could AEW it and just have them lose and then ignore it and let them come back the next day and still act like they're over, I guess.
Still be spooky. Woo.
Yes.
Okay. No, I think, look, Bray Wyatt, obviously they're doing this in his memory and his honor, and I'm all for that. I understand. He was a very creative guy. He had a lot of interesting thoughts. I just don't think a lot of it was really great wrestling in a sense. It was good visuals, and it was great to do during the pandemic specifically, where they couldn't really put on full shows in front of people. But once they came back and all that stuff, I mean, his last run before, the guy is dead. I don't want to talk bad about the dead, but it wasn't really great. And we talked about how it wasn't really going anywhere at all. So again, I understand the premise of it. I understand why they're doing it. They want to honor him. His brother specifically wants to honor him. His friends in the business that are also in this group, like Aaron Rowan and a couple others, I'm sure they want to honor him. But at the same time,
Eric Rowan. But yes.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I said Eric. Okay, I might have said. Did I say Aaron Rowan? Whatever I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, but no. The point is, I guess the point I was making is that what do you do with this? I don't understand where it could all possibly go. And I know there's people that love it and say like, "Oh, it's so creative and it's interesting," but in reality, like it's just not made to be like in wrestling. Yes, it's the visuals were interesting. It was interesting to see how they like came to be, and the videotape stuff is kind of okay, kind of creepy type of thing. But I just don't see the longevity of such a thing, like this type of group or this type of gimmick, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if they put them over, I think it's fine. Like you were saying earlier, or like I was saying, if they are all creepy and act like they're hard, and then they lose matches, then they start to lose credibility. You have to put them over if you're going to make them this cool, I guess. So, yes, that remains to be seen. I don't know, but I kind of have a feeling like they want to respect the legacy of Bray, and Triple H might give this like a coherent push and let them actually get. I don't know how far that goes. Is Uncle Howdy going to win the World Heavyweight title or
Oh God! Oh no! Let him. Oh man! I hope.
But he does look a lot like Bray Wyatt. That's the weird thing, though. Like if they wanted to make him the Fiend, he could probably pull it off. But that's in bad taste. But I'm just saying, like when you see him in those VHS tapes, he looks exactly like Bray Wyatt, especially with the beard that he's grown out. It's very strange. But okay.